Hey, how's it going everyone? In today's video, we are going to be checking out the latest patch 1.09.1, or pretty much it's just a hotfix. The first issue that they have addressed is going to be in gameplay changes and bug fixes. It states right here, quote, fixed a bug where the effects of some skills, incantations, items, and weapons that increase attack power were not applied to spells and incantations, end quote. So for all of you out there that did not know about this, yeah, in patch 1.09, these buffs were not being applied correctly towards our incantations or spells, which pretty much made a lot of our builds useless. For example, in this clip right here, this is from patch 1.09. You're going to tell that the Beast Claw is going to deal 369 damage. I'm going to go ahead and reset the damage on this fella so he's back to his complete health there, full health. We are going to activate Golden Vow, and then when I go up to the same exact fella, I'm going to use Beast Claw again, and you're going to see that it's the same amount of damage, 369. The same exact patch 1.09, I'll activate Howl of Shabriri, and then I'll activate Beast Claw. Nothing has changed. So now, thankfully, in 1.09.1, the latest hotfix. So now what I'll be using is Flame Sling. I'll inflict 647 damage. I will reset the spawn, and let's go ahead and use Golden Vow. You can tell that when I inflict damage on him, it's gonna now go to 764, and it no longer sticks to the basic damage. Right now it's actually being increased the proper way. So let's go ahead and test out a few other incantations and see if it is correctly being applied. Let's go ahead and see the basic damage again. It's going to be 647, the same exact damage as before. We will then use Flame Grant Me Strength, and you can tell right away, boom, the damage has increased quite a lot. And last but not least, let's go ahead and test out Howl of Shabriri. We are going to use Flame Sling again, so yeah, just throughout this testing process, I felt like that would be the best one to use instead of the Beast Sling. But yeah, as you can tell, damage has increased quite a lot, and that actually is a lot better than Vow and Fire Grant Me Strength. Let's go ahead and move on to the next bit of information here, because if you guys did not know, in the last patch, yeah, we could not use Contagious Fury or Catch Flame together. Has this changed? Well, if you can tell right here, just to show the proof, because for you guys that have not seen it visually, this is what it looks like. We are going to activate Contagious Fury, use Catch Flame, and then essentially what I've mentioned before in my previous video is that it's like you're tickling the enemy. This does no damage, although it does stun them or knock them down. Yeah, it's completely useless. So now, did they fix it in 1.09.1? The answer is no. Yeah, they absolutely did not fix that either. It does not work, or it was intended to be this way. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's supposed to be intended, but if it is, that's hilarious, because it just kind of, it's like, I just don't even know, is this really legitimate? Because I would assume this would have been something that actually would have been fixed, but no, man, you can no longer use the Catch Flame or Contagious Fury in this hotfix either. Let's now briefly talk about how effective this is for your spells, not just incantations together. If we use Howl of Shabriri or Golden Vow, it honestly does not matter. I do not believe these two stack at all, so I'm not claiming that. But if we use Comet Azur, or Azor, I'm not too sure how the correct way it is pronounced, but yeah, if we use this, it's going to inflict quite a lot of damage. I think this is going to be very effective against a lot of bosses in the recent patch for hotfix 1.09.1. And this is not just effective with the Comet. If we use this with other spells, for example, I'm going to be using the Glintstone Stars. This is absolutely great, because with that buff, you can tell right there, it gave us about 12,000 damage. Now, if we reset the spawns here for these fellow characters, we're going to then go up to them again and activate Golden Vow, then use the same exact spell, which is going to be the Glintstone Stars. What you will notice is that the damage has went up to 1,300. This is absolutely phenomenal, and if we use this on other spells, it does the same exact thing, increases the damage by a ton. And I think that a lot of us out here are going to enjoy this a lot, and especially PvP. You guys are going to go nuts on this stuff because yeah, it was not effective before, and now that it is, I can imagine that PvP is going to go wild. And honestly, I'm going to be posting up a mage build that's going to be about maybe an hour or 2 hours after this video. It just depends on how quick I get it done with editing. And you guys should definitely check that out because it's absolutely amazing in this latest patch 1.09. We can go ahead and talk about the next bit of information here because if you guys did not know, in patch 1.09 there was quite a lot of buffs towards great swords, specifically some Ashes of War and skills like, for example, Margit's Cursed Sword. The Blood Slice was increased a bit there. Now in the latest patch or hotfix, they've actually decreased the damage poise by just a bit. I'm not too sure what the percentage is exactly, but we can go ahead and take a look right here on the patch notes. And before we even get into the Cursed Blood Slice there, I do want to take note of this right here. Quote, fixed a bug where the skill Contagious Fury from Jellyfish Shield kept increasing attack power when equipping the shield or switching to a different weapon. End quote. That has nothing to do with the Jellyfish Shield and Catch Flame. I'm not too sure why that has not been fixed, but that right there has been. But let's continue on to what I was talking about earlier. Right here on the bottom it says, quote, decrease poise damage of the Cursed Blood Slice skill, end quote. And yeah, this has to do with Margit's Cursed Sword. And to be fair here, by no means is this a huge nerf. I don't think this is going to affect any of your current builds, especially if you've watched my previous build where I talked about this specifically, and I'll link that down below if you guys want to see it. And the last issue that they have addressed here in the latest hotfix is going to be this right here, and it states, quote, if ray tracing has been unintentionally enabled and is impacting your game, you can disable it from the title menu or in-game by going to System, Graphics, set ray tracing quality to off. And yeah, this has affected me at the beginning. I know some of you have commented saying, dude, your game looks kind of staggy, right? It's staggering a little bit, and that's because of that. I should have looked, but hey, it happens, right? But yeah, this is the latest information for hotfix 1.09.1. Wow, a lot of points there. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the video. If you are new, consider subscribing, turn on the notifications, and if you have any questions, leave them down below. Most importantly, thank you to everyone that is currently a member and is a subscriber. Thank you so much, especially the notification gang out there. And other than that, I'll see you all in the next video.
Except fighting back from a mugging, and ends up flat on his face in 4 minutes.